तुझ नेणन जे नासी रुतन जो कसम इश्क तो दे अञा भी प्यारा करे मन मांदो ही तोल मरियो थो मरे मोहब्बतन जे उञायल अखिन जो कसम तुझ नेणन जे नासी रुतन जो कसम बेरुखी जी रुगो भूर मौसम हिते दर्द खुशन जा चेहरा बि दागियो वते प्यार पंहिंजाए पियूं सब लिकी हन वयूं जिंदगी मायूसन जो शहर थी लगे शाम हर तो बिना ॼण कहर थी लगे आसरन में रखिल हसरतन जो कसम
फैज़ल मुंहिंजो पको यार हो रोज़ानो मंझंदि जो असां क्रिकेट या सत टिकली खेलींदा हुआसीं जॾहिं गर्मी वधीक हूंदी हुई त असां अजय जे घर में वञी कैरम खेलींदा हुआसीं कॾहिं वरी मैदान ते वञी कबडी खेलींदा हुआसीं ऐं मैदान जे विच में लाइन ठाहिणी पवंदी हुई ॿिनि टीम्स खे अलॻि करण लाइ पर वेचारे फैज़ल खे ख़बर ई कान पवंदी हुई त लाइन कीअं ठाहिजे
Your Excellency, I thank His Majesty the King on behalf of the Pakistan Constituent Assembly and myself for his precious message.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
गांधी ऐं जिन्ना हिंदुस्तान ऐं पाकिस्तान जा अबा हुआ पर असीं सिंधी पनाहगीर बणिजी वियासीं
Losing their land was a wound that seemed irreparable. Yet, decades on, the Sindhi culture is stronger than ever. Historians talk about Sindhis, their culture and their history. But sometimes, the roots are only the beginning of a flourishing tree of life. The Sindhis of today have shown more than just a simple quality of resilience. Overcoming difficulties is a way of life. More importantly, success is the final leaf to be picked. Sindhis have emerged into the world population in fields such as education and construction, where time and time again they proved themselves as pioneers. Sindhi poetry was based on folk tales, melodic verses that told stories that were passed on by word of mouth. Sindhi poetry was the well-oiled machine that transmitted culture from generation to generation. Shah Abdul Latif, Sheikh Ayaz, Sachal Sarmast, Sawan Fakir, these are names that were part of an era of genius. 1,000 years strong, Sindhi poetry still epitomizes beauty in words. The prominent image in art is of Lord Jhulelal, a predominant presence in Sindhi culture. His stories and acts have been passed down from generation to generation. At the same time, so have his genes. Mr. Niranjan Thakur spoke to us about his godly ancestor, explaining his family's everlasting impact on the entire culture.
My name is Niranjan Thakur, and I am from the family of the Thakurs, who have their origin right from the time of Jhulelal, and what I believe from instances and what people, elder people have taught us and what you see in history sheets is that Jhulelal handed over his religious powers to the Thakur family, and then that's how the lineage has been coming, like my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, they've all lived in Pakistan, and we have a temple which is almost 1100 years old, and we still have the Akhand Jyot, that's the fire burning in the temple.
The Thakur family then decided to help allow migrated people to worship by bringing the Akhand Jyot all the way from Pakistan. It is said that hordes of people followed the train transporting the Jyot, a sight exciting enough to find itself on the headlines of a newspaper. The beauty of Sindhi art and poetry left a lot to live up to for the new generation of Sindhis. How could they possibly succeed? What with how much they lost post-partition? That question has been answered time and time again by success in so many sectors, be it manufacture, education, or art. We talked to Mr. Gul Kriplani, who elaborated on the reasons behind the recent resurgence of the Sindhi people.
Sindhis, I compare them to a spoon of salt. Why? You take a glass of water, put a spoon of salt, it mixes immediately, right? Sindhis have that extra ability to be able to adapt themselves to any circumstances that are around them. So that it's very easy for a Sindhi to be able to achieve the results than anyone else. That's what makes them so successful in business. Most of the Sindhis who came back from India and Pakistan got involved in teaching, in government service, and some in industry and business. Sindhis have got a lot of entrepreneurial spirits, and wherever there are opportunities, a Sindhi will go there. That's why you know that there is a surname called Chandwani. You go to the moon, you find a Sindhi there. KC College, HR College, National College, Ulhasnagar, millions of colleges, Thadumal Shahani College. Look at the number of colleges here. Sindhis always have made a mark in the business or in the profession that they enter.
Everybody has these sore memories of partition, but I think we have to move on. Everybody has learnt a lesson. Muslims have learnt lesson. Hindus have learnt a lesson. I mean, hatred will not lead you anywhere. Hatred will lead you to hatred. That's what Julelal wanted. He wanted a message of love and peace.
Looking at the Sindhi community from outside, judging them based on their success and entrepreneurship is just one way of looking at things. Another way would be to actually watch a Sindhi family in action. A Sindhi home, but a modernized Sindhi home. Just another example of how adaptive the Sindhi family is, with the ability to grow and evolve, as you can see. Mr. Gul Kriplani mentioned how a Sindhi is now everywhere, a global citizen, and we wanted to know how. So we talked to Mrs. Soni Chandiramani, who lived in Spain for most of her childhood and shifted to Mumbai soon after marriage.
I've lived in Spain since I went to Spain when I was 7. So over there, what I saw more is there were plenty Sindhis. When I went also, there were many Sindhis over there. And there what I see, that the kids speak in Sindhi. The parents see to it that the kids know Sindhi over there, know how to speak in Sindhi. Instead, when I got married here and came, I see that we parents are not particular that our kids must speak in our language in Sindhi. Though I lived in Spain, but my mom was very, day in, day night, she used to tell us, she used to drill it into us that we are Indians and we have to have our culture in us. Whether staying in Spain or coming back to India was the same thing for me, because I never enjoyed that freedom there. So I thought once I'm in India also I'll be the same. And I'm thankful that my mom was strict with me, because I could adapt myself very well in India, very well.
Certain things have stayed eternal in Sindhi culture. The festivals they celebrate. Noticing how this family tweaks their worship to make life simpler is yet another example of the adaptive nature of this fantastic culture.
Tejri is a festival of Sindhi women and girls. And they observe for the husband, and we apply mehndi on that day. The whole day we are fasting. And in the night we pray to moon. That is how we keep. We will cook today and we will eat tomorrow. It's like that. This meetha roti is a must. Okay, and other, like we make the dal ka paratha and onion paratha we make. These things we make. The next day we are eating only that. Breakfast, for lunch and for dinner. This is during Thadri.
How does a culture so vast, elaborate, and intricate manage to establish unity between its people? Post-partition, Sindhis were displaced all over the world. India, Lagos, Hong Kong, the United States, the United Kingdom. You'll find them everywhere. How is it that Sindhis still operate on the same wavelength?
This is mainly because they're very enterprising, plus what they suffered during the partition. So they have a common catastrophe. So when any Sindhi meets one Sindhi to another Sindhi, he easily connects because he has got a common problem, he's got a common wound. So it's very easy for them to connect and befriend another Sindhi. Sindhis have a never die attitude. They always rise. They have always been at the top of the business community. Even today, after falling flat from zero, they have again come up, and today Sindhis are ruling most of the places. They are into every kind of business. They have that DNA in them that they will always rise. They love their black label. They love their Mercedes cars. They'll never give up. Cheers to Sindhi.